If you want customers to be automatically notified when your sold out products or variants are back in stock, this video is for you. But before we jump into it, let me show you how the workflow looks. When a customer lands on a sold out product, they can join the waitlist by clicking the Notify Me button and entering their email address. Once the product is restocked, STOQ automatically notifies Klaviyo, which then sends a back in stock email like this to the customer, bringing them back to your store to complete their purchase. And by the way, this works with any modern Shopify 2.0 theme. All right, now let's get started. Now, one thing that confuses a lot of beginners is understanding what STOQ does, what Klaviyo does, and how they would work together. So let's clear it before we start clicking buttons. STOQ is a Shopify app for pre-orders and back-in-stock alerts. It helps merchants capture sales and customer demand instead of losing customers when products are unavailable. In this tutorial, we'll be using STOQ's back-in-stock alerts feature, which lets customers join a waitlist for sold-out products. When a customer joins that waitlist, STOQ keeps track of their sign-up and monitors inventory levels for the product they're interested in. Klaviyo handles the email side of things. When STOQ detects that the product is back in stock, it can trigger Klaviyo to automatically send the notification email. So, in simple terms, STOQ manages the waitlist and tracks the inventory changes, while Klaviyo takes care of the email marketing. Now, let's get into Shopify and set this up step by step. The first step is to install the STOQ app. To do that, open your Shopify dashboard or go to the Shopify App Store. Now, in the search bar, type STOQ, STOQ, and once you find the app, click on it. Here you can check the app details, features, and reviews. You can see that STOQ has over 3,000 5-star reviews. It's been selected as one of Shopify's top 25 apps, and it also comes with 24/7 human support for both free and paid users. From here, click Install. Shopify may ask for a few permissions so STOQ can work properly with your products and inventory. So just click Install again, and that's it. STOQ has now been successfully installed on your store. Now, when you open STOQ for the first time, you'll see two main features: pre-orders and back-in-stock alerts. Since we're setting up back-in-stock emails with Klaviyo in this video, let's select back-in-stock alerts. Next, you'll be asked to choose a plan. Now, one thing to note here, because we're using Klaviyo as our email provider, you'll need a paid STOQ plan. The Klaviyo integration isn't available on the free plan. So choose the plan that works best for your store, and then click Get Started, and your STOQ account will be ready. Now, before we connect Klaviyo, let's make sure STOQ is enabled on our storefront. If STOQ isn't enabled yet, you'll see an option called Enable App Embed like this. So let's click on it. And this will take you to your Shopify theme editor. From here, open App Embeds, turn on STOQ, and then click Save. And that's it. STOQ is now enabled on your store and is all ready to collect back-in-stock signups. Now that STOQ is installed and enabled, let's connect it with Klaviyo. To do that, open back-in-stock alerts and then click on Notifications. Here, you'll find the automatic back-in-stock notification settings. So click on Customize Email. Now you'll see the Send Emails Through section here. By default, STOQ provides everything you need to run back-in-stock alerts, including waitlist management, automated notifications, and tracking the customer demands. But if you're already using Klaviyo for your email marketing, you can integrate it with STOQ and manage those notifications within your existing marketing workflows and automations. So under Email Platform, select Klaviyo. As soon as you do that, you'll see a few Klaviyo-specific settings appear below. The first thing we need to do is connect our Klaviyo account. Under Connect Klaviyo, click on Connect. This will open a new Klaviyo authorization page. Here, Klaviyo will ask if you'd like to give STOQ access to your account, so simply click Allow. Now you can go back to STOQ and refresh the page. Once the connection is successful, you'll see a green checkmark like this next to Connect Klaviyo. And that's it. STOQ and Klaviyo are now connected. Now that STOQ and Klaviyo are connected, let's set up the flows that will send the back-in-stock emails. Now, if you're new to Klaviyo, you might be thinking, what exactly is a flow? Well, a flow is simply an automated sequence that runs whenever something happens. For example, let's say a customer wants to buy a hoodie from your store, but it's sold out. They join the waitlist and leave their email address. When you restock the product later, Klaviyo sends them a back-in-stock email. And that's exactly what we're setting up here. Under Choose Setup Method, you'll see these two options: Automatic Setup and Manual Setup. For most Shopify stores, I recommend using automatic setup because STOQ will create everything for you automatically. So let's select automatic setup and click continue. Now STOQ will start setting everything up behind the scenes. Depending on your account, this may take a few seconds. You'll see a progress banner showing steps like this. Now, you don't need to worry too much about the technical terms here, but let's understand what's happening. First, STOQ sends sample events so Klaviyo has the right metrics available. Then it creates the templates and flows that listen for those restock events. Then it creates the email templates that customers will receive. And finally, it creates the automated flows that connect everything together. It's kind of like a chain reaction. Now, whenever a product is restocked, STOQ sends the event, the flow gets triggered, and Klaviyo automatically sends the email. So instead of creating everything manually, STOQ sets up the entire workflow for you in just a few clicks. Now, once the setup is complete, you'll see a success message like this, confirming that everything is ready. So STOQ will create 2 flows for you. The first is Back in Stock Alert, which is the first email customers receive when a product becomes available again. And Back in Stock Reminder, which is a follow-up email that can be sent if they haven't purchased yet. It's like giving interested shoppers another chance to come back and complete their order. Now you can also view these flows anytime in Klaviyo. Just go to Klaviyo and click on Flows from the left-hand menu, and you'll find the flows here. Now, if you'd prefer to build and manage the flows yourself, you can also choose the manual setup. So let's select Manual Setup and click Continue. Now go to your Klaviyo account, click on Flows, and then click Create Flow. From here, select Create from Scratch. When setting up the trigger, select the metric shown in STOQ. You'll find it under your metrics as Back in Stock Alerts, STOQ. Once the trigger is in place, add an email action and customize the email however you'd like. After that, make sure to set the flow status to live. Otherwise, the emails won't be sent. Now let's go back to STOQ. Here, enter the exact name of the flow you've just created in Klaviyo and click Verify. If everything is connected correctly, you'll see a green checkmark appear here. To set up reminder emails, just repeat the same steps using the Back in Stock Reminder STOQ metric. One quick tip. Make sure the flow name in Klaviyo exactly matches the name entered in STOQ. Otherwise, verification may fail. That said, for most stores, automatic setup is the fastest and easiest option, so that's the one I recommend. Okay, now let's make sure everything is working properly. Go back to STOQ, and here click Send Test Event. This sends sample product data to Klaviyo, so you can preview how the event appears inside your flows and email templates. If the event appears in Klaviyo, STOQ is sending data correctly. Now confirm the flow is live and the template preview looks correct. Next, let's make sure the emails look just as good as the setup behind them. To customize the email, let's go to our Klaviyo account and click on Flows. Open the Back in Stock Alert flow that STOQ created earlier, and then click on the Email step. This will open Klaviyo's email editor. From here, you can update the subject line, add your logo, customize your brand colors, adjust the layout, and edit the CTA button. You can also include the product image to help customers instantly recognize the item they were waiting for. For best results, use a clear, action-driven CTA like Back in Stock, grab yours, or get it before it sells out again, so customers get the sense of urgency to go and buy the product right away. You may also notice placeholders throughout the template. Don't worry, customers won't see these. When the email is sent, Klaviyo automatically replaces them with the actual product details, such as the product name, image, and link. Once you're happy with the design, save your changes. Next, let's do the fun part and see everything in action. Let's start from the customer's perspective. Here we have a product that's currently sold out. As you can see, the customer can click the Notify Me button and enter their email address. And they'll see a confirmation message letting them know they've successfully joined the waitlist for Back in Stock alerts. Now, let's switch over to the store owner's side and see what happens behind the scenes. Back inside STOQ, you'll be able to see the customer signed up for a Back in Stock alert. Now, let's restock the product from our Shopify admin. When the inventory update is picked up, STOQ detects the stock change and sends the event to Klaviyo. Since we've already set up our flows, Klaviyo automatically knows what to do next. The flow gets triggered and the notification is prepared automatically. Now let's check the customer's inbox. Here, the Back in Stock email arrives. Now, when the customer opens it, they'll see the product information, product image, and a button that takes them straight back to your store. All they need to do is click the button. They're taken directly to the product page, can add the item to their cart, and complete their purchase. Easy, right? Now, another thing you might be wondering is how this works with products that have multiple sizes, colors, or variants. The good news is that STOQ supports variant-level waitlists as well, so customers can sign up for the specific variant they're interested in and get notified when it's available again. And if you'd like a complete walkthrough of waitlist setup and variant settings, check out our Shopify waitlist tutorial linked in the description below. Now, most of the time, everything works smoothly, but if your emails aren't being sent, make sure your Klaviyo flow is set to live, the product has been restocked, and STOQ is still connected to Klaviyo. If flow verification fails, double-check that the flow name in Klaviyo matches the name entered in STOQ exactly. And if you see an authorization was declined message, simply reconnect to Klaviyo and click Allow during authorization. If your flow is verified but emails still aren't being sent, check Klaviyo Smart Sending, flow filters, and whether your email template uses the correct STOQ event variables. If you ever need help, STOQ offers 24/7 support on all plans, including the free plan, and you'll always be chatting with a real person. And that's it, guys. Your back to STOQ email automation is now ready to go. The next time a product is restocked, STOQ and Klaviyo will automatically notify interested customers and bring them back to your store. You'll find the STOQ install link in the description below. And if you'd like to learn more about Shopify waitlists, be sure to check out our waitlist tutorial as well. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more Shopify tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.